celebrate.
Welcome back to another episode of Are You Listening? It's your boy T-Rod.
It's your girl Lyric Lanise.
Before we get started, please, we know y'all see our channel, y'all watch videos. Make sure y'all subscribing. Man, that shit take 10 seconds. Please subscribe. Make sure y'all like, comment, all that. Make sure y'all subscribing. But
make sure y'all listening. Actually tune in.
Like really listen, because we bringing that shit all semester, bro. Y'all don't want to miss this. I promise y'all. So we're going to bring something new. This is called Shop Your Brand. We got 4 of the best entrepreneurs with clothing brands on campus. This shit ain't handpicked. This is what the people asking for. So I ain't going to introduce them. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. I got 4 special guests. Introduce yourselves.
My name is Torres. I'm from Columbus. My brand is called Unknown Industry.
My name is Shad. I'm from Indianapolis. My brand is Nine Arts.
Man, what's up, y'all, man? It's Cyrus, man. My clothing brand is Money Don't Sleep, MDS Clothing.
What's up, y'all? I'm Tay. I'm a graphic design major. I'm from the Bahamas, so my brand is called Neptune.
Okay, y'all.
Welcome to Are You Listening?
Let's get into the first question. So, what made you guys want to become an entrepreneur or want to start your business?
I'll say the first thing that made me want to become an entrepreneur is I don't want to work for nobody.
Okay.
So, I think working for yourself probably the best thing you can do.
Okay. For sure.
It's the same for me. Like, I got fired from my job, so it made me like, I don't want to work for nobody. I don't like having people above me. Like, I'd rather make my own money than some putting money in my hand.
For sure.
Yeah, I felt like I was going to be this regardless. Like, when I was just born, I just felt like I always was, like, going to be the head of something. But I didn't know what it was in the beginning yet. I always felt like an entrepreneur because I always did my own thing and I had people that would follow me even when I was young growing up. So I always felt like I had an entrepreneur mindset, but it was just wondering what I was going to be in the beginning.
So finding your path, like finding
Which one I'm going to start with. Because, you know, this is the starting, but I got other areas I want to do too throughout my life. So I just feel like if you're an entrepreneur, you move your own way. It's about just being your own boss, and not because people can tell you to do stuff too. You still have to have partners and things like that being an entrepreneur, but it just you doing you, and if it fail, you take the hit. But if you succeed, you take the hit too. So it's all about that.
Sure.
For me, I feel as though I just always have that creative like spirit. Let's just use that. I wouldn't say like piggybacking off what TK said about not wanting to work for someone. For me, it's different. It's more like I don't want to work for you, but I could work with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't want to be under nobody, but going out, like especially this spot, you want to meet people, you want to learn from them. So I have no problem working with people, but working for someone that ain't really my speed. But for me, entrepreneurship has been cool so far. I'm glad I like it. It's going good.
For sure. And to piggyback off of what everybody said, for real, like this generation, I feel like everybody, it's so much money with working with yourself, also having side jobs and things around that nature. And I can talk about our podcast, like we work for people, but we also have our own platform where we're able to express how we want to talk about things. When we started this bitch, we weren't looking for the views. We was looking to just get on this bitch and talk about shit. So I feel with this generation in 2023, I feel like it's so much to come. People are expanding. People are finding different ways to make money. And that's the best thing possible. And I love that for y'all. And I love what y'all are bringing to Central in general, with y'all's brands. Y'all want to come a long way for sure.
What made us want to start the podcast? We just want to be heard for real. Like, we really just we had a lot of stuff to talk about. We knew doing a podcast would just be the way to do it for you know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause we could have went like the vlogging route. You know what I'm saying? YouTube way, but podcast just fit more.
Because I feel like everybody does YouTube, but it's like with a podcast, it's different. Like we're bringing a different element. Like we're not YouTubers. We just use the platform YouTube to get what we want to talk about out there. But like it's just so many different ways. I feel like with a podcast, we weren't labeled to YouTubers, if that makes sense. But we're gonna go into the next question, man. How did you come up with your brand name?
I came up with my brand name probably around my junior year of high school. I guess like always growing up in school, I was like in the mix, and I kind of started drifting away from that. But it was cool, like not in a bad way. But I just think I was looking at a lot of people's names too. I don't really hear too many people with industry and their names. And unknown just kind of fits when I started drifting off from talking to a lot of people in my circle being more close. So I feel like my clothes relate to people in that way. They relate to me in that way. So unknown industry definitely came from that. Just, I do everything myself. Design myself, ship orders myself, everything. I don't got no team. It's just me.
Sure.
My name came from, I got 9 siblings. I got 8 siblings in there. You know, I'm like, feel me? So, like, I got 9 people to show up for, take care of myself, and that's why it's 9 artists.
Sure, that's real.
9 of us, 9 artists.
That's real, bro. For sure.
My name come. When people ask me this, they really don't believe me because it's like it's really a crazy story. I was laying down, and before I came to college. I was still before I came to college, and I was just laying down. You know, at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, you always had them thoughts and stuff. Like you really be thinking in that morning. So I'm just chilling, laid back, just chilling and stuff. And I just said MDS. And then I don't know what made me say right after that, money don't sleep. Then I started putting the first letters of each one together. I'm like, MDS, money don't sleep. And then the next day, I swear to God, I was at the right around Cleveland looking for shops where I can get my clothes made. And it was just like a crazy story. Ever since that day, I've been locked into it because I had a belief in it.
Yeah, sure.
That's what's up.
For me, I came up with my brand name in 2020, but I started my brand in 2022, last year in October. Next gen came around mainly because for me, I grew up in like a low income family. And my brand is also about promoting breaking generational curses and encouraging the youth like our generation for sure to just pick the push towards their dream and chase their dreams real. So I was laying down one day and I'm like, next gen, like let's just go with it, let's just do it. And when I first introduced it to people was like, oh no, I don't think that's gonna hit. And last year around October, I'm like, I'm gonna do this. Let's just do it. And ever since, next year been rolling. We good with it. So,
Hey man, y'all got all these crazy stories with how y'all came up with your brand name. Y'all already hear how we came up with ours.
How we don't get are you listening?
Man, just sitting around blurting out names.
At first we was gonna be what? Tap
Tap
in
in,
podcast.
like-
It was something else too. I forgot. It
We
was
just
something
sitting around just talking about nothing, bro. Like it's not a real inspiration behind it. It's just we came up with the name, but we were having trouble starting it, like starting our podcast.
Because at this point we had like, alright, we're gonna do it like this. We just need a name.
Yeah, need a name, and like I said, we was doing homework. We sat down. We think about names. We going back and forth. We was gonna do tap in. Somebody else had tap in. Then one day, Lyric like, "Are you listening?" And then we tried to spell it a different way.
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna get on there on YouTube. Somebody had "Are you listening" different way, but our "Are you listening" is so unique, and that's how we ended up just coming up with our name. But our shit not like y'all's with y'all inspiration. But yeah, that's how we came up with our name.
Alright. Is there inspiration behind your brand?
Like, what you mean?
The inspiration
Like-
behind your brand, like what made you start it? Like you already said what made you start it, but like an inspiration, like is there people that influenced you or things that influenced you? Like what did you see that made you want to inspire to start your own brand?
For sure. I think having a clothing brand is a lifestyle for sure. So I just like even when you're not posting clothes or selling clothes, you just make everything about clothes. And I like clothes, so your fits. I've seen the money that you can make. I've seen just the impact you can have on people. A lot of YouTubers, for real. A lot of YouTubers that I watch inspire me to do it. And it just fit me. It started.
Sure.
That's what's up.
My inspiration is really like, so I grew up very feel me, so like, just getting out the way, feel me, just getting everything, right, feel me. My inspiration probably would be YouTubers, getting my mom, getting her house, I want to look at the car, like, that's
So you believe like your clothing brand make or break your family's success?
yeah, and my grandma's and my auntie, they always had me in like fashion and
Oh,
like,
that's
doing
what's up.
modeling and stuff. So I always just like clothes. I love fashion. You feel me?
For sure, you with the long modeling work though. You with new age, ain't you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you with the long
Very.
one. Well, I'm gonna leave that to the whole conversation another day.
Don't do that.
But go ahead.
I'm gonna say like, cause I want to make sure that I'm getting the question clear. You saying what inspires me or my inspiration with my brain?
A little bit of both. Like give me something, somebody that could inspire your brand, like the inspiration that made you want to take the next step with your brand.
So basically, I would say before I had my brand, I already had ways of getting money and things like that. So it was already a money thing. I always was gonna find a way to get money, even if I had a job or whatever. I was always gonna find a way. So what my brand is really a representation of what I was doing before I had my brand. Money don't sleep. We sleep. We sleep 8 hours, 6, 7 hours in a day. But you can still wake up and get a direct deposit, right? You can still get money in your bank account. Money is always revolving and always moving, so it just gives me motivation to keep going. Like, I'm not gonna sleep 8 hours a day. I'm gonna sleep 4 or 5 because it's money out there that I can go get. Money don't sleep. It's all the cycle. So that's just my inspiration.
For sure.
For me, my inspiration is really just the people, like our generation, us. Like when I first came to campus, like coming from back home, coming from the Bahamas, it was like just seeing the difference in atmosphere of like a lot of people here, people pushing their businesses, and I'm like, there was a group of people that was really like just scared, like this, like bruh, like my friends, for instance, we had this conversation one day, and it was like, bro, I want to do this, I want to start this, but I'm so scared to do it. I'm like, but why not? You feel what I'm saying? Like, let's just do this. And that's one of the main reasons I dropped with my first drop is one of these. This is the city I'm wearing right now. There's 4 colorways. The back of the hoodie says "Fear least regret." So that's my tagline. I would just to inspire people to like chase your dream for real. Don't be scared to do it because if you scared, you in the long run you're gonna regret it. You feel what I'm saying? But so my inspiration was just people. Like that's what really inspired me. I'm like watching people. I'm like, bro, like don't be scared to do certain things. And then on top of that. Like I said earlier, growing up, life was hard. Like I know y'all had it a lot, like a lot of people, but for real, life was hard for me. And like my biggest inspiration, I would have to say, is my mom, just to like get us out of that situation. You feel what I'm saying? So I push for her for real.
For sure. And I feel like everybody got inspiration. Like my inspiration, I can speak for myself on our inspiration for our podcast. I feel like our inspiration was to give people a platform here at Central State in general because I feel like we don't have a lot of different stuff to do out here. And I also want to branch off into the world, being able to speak about things everybody can relate to and just speak about controversial shit that happens in the world and also giving platforms to people like y'all, everybody being able to speak and uplift each other because as black people, I feel like we don't do that as much. So I feel like just giving a platform where everybody could want to watch our podcast. Like every Friday, everybody know, are you listening, record on Fridays, like things around that nature. I just want to be able to give a platform for everybody to be able to relate to different things and talk about different controversial issues.
Yeah, I would say the same for sure, but I watch a lot of podcasts. Like I started getting into podcasts like my freshman year, like and I just started liking it. Like I watch 85 South Show, Poor Minds, Talk Your Shit podcast. I just listen to a whole bunch of shit, and I just like how they just be like, they just be talking, just be chopping it up, but it's a camera. You know what I'm saying? Like people can see what you talking about, a different way of thinking. You know?
For sure. Hey, what would you tell someone that's trying to start a brand, a clothing brand, or just a business in general? Give me some advice you would give somebody that's just trying to start off.
Don't stop. Don't start so fast if you don't see the results that you want. I feel like a lot of people start a business and they don't see the results in a couple months, so they switch. They switch and start another business and start another business. It don't work like that. You just gotta I would just literally say keep going. And I feel like, I believe that if anything, like if something is your passion and you put a whole lot of time in it, it's always gonna come back and it's gonna be worth it.
For sure.
So that's what I would say.
Yeah, like just what he said. I believe you should stay consistent with your brand and like never give up with it. You know, always be yourself. People like creativity. They don't like what they seen before or something. Like if you do something different with your stuff, people gonna fuck with it, they gonna buy it, they gonna, you know, they gonna rock with it. As long as you do yourself, too.
For
I
sure.
feel like two main things I would say is just to do it, and then confidence. Because I feel like if you don't do it, then you always gonna procrastinate. I mean, so many people be like, I got this business that I want to do, this and that, and then I see them 2 months later and they still haven't did it.
100.
So that's the first one I would say. The second one with the confidence is if people don't feel you, feel that you confident in your brand, why would they wear it? Why would they be a part of it? Why would they even do anything with it if you don't feel confident or they don't feel like you're confident in something? So I feel like you always have to have confidence. If it's a room full of people, you willing to go in that room full of people and be like, oh, boo, I got this business, this and that. Can I show you real quick? You got to be able to have confidence. That it just in life, in the world. So that's what I say in the beginning.
For sure. For me, I'll be like, I personally just tell them, don't be scared to fail. Because with every business, with anything that you do in life, you're bound to fail at some point, but don't let that failure scare you. So like, just keep pushing, keep doing what you gotta do. But my other advice, piggybacking on failure, just know that, especially with clothing brands, there's gonna be ups and downs. It's gonna be, some days it's gonna be good, some days it's gonna be bad. But don't let them bad days like dictate where you carry your brand, like from here on.
And to piggyback off of what Cyrus said, confidence. Oh my God, confidence. If ain't nobody else gonna promote it, you have to promote yourself, man. You gotta walk in room and feel confident about what the hell you talking about. The brands you're standing on. Like when I walk in the room, man, you know I got a QR code. I just made a QR code, man. Just you have to promote yourself. You have to be able to talk about why your shit is important, why your brand is this and why is that. You have to promote yourself, and giving up on yourself, it's gonna be times we might get 50 views and we might get 200 all the time. Sometimes one episode might not look the same as the other, but you have to keep going because it's a marathon. It's not a fucking race. You got to keep going. It's about how you get to the top. It's not about how long it takes. It's about when you get to the top. You have to keep going and staying consistent. Consistency is the best thing I've heard from all of y'all. Consistency and just being able to fail. You're going to fail. It's not going to look good all the time. The storm is going to pass. You got to keep going.
Some advice I have, network. Make sure you using everybody. Network. You never know who. Talk about your brand like you love it for sure. Make sure you don't need a team, but I say like if you trying to start a podcast or something, you gonna need a team. Make sure you got a team and just do it. Just
Get
start.
people around you that want to uplift you. Like uplift you and have the same goal. Like she said, you don't need no team. But having a team and the team we have around, people are invested in us. And people are invested in what the hell we got going on. And then once you get people on board, y'all are all here for the same goal.
Mm-hmm.
Can I add one more?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sacrifice too.
For sure.
I feel like one thing you have to understand as an entrepreneur is you really have to sacrifice like a lot. Like most people, you know, they might go get an apartment, have their job, have that money going in, they have enough to pay the bills, but they not really making that much of a sacrifice as entrepreneurs. So it's like you have to take a sacrifice for 2-3 years, maybe even longer than that if you really want to see it
Make
through.
this shit
So
work.
I feel like if before you start whatever you want to do, just know I might have to take my job money and put it into my business. I might have to, you know, go out and hustle for a couple hours just to make that, you feel me, make the money to get the clothes or to get the equipment, or you feel me. So you just gotta hustle, like sacrifice.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Sacrifice.
What do you think makes your brand different from others?
What separates you?
I would say what separates me is really my most recent job. I was literally just in class and I got some inspiration from somebody, but it wasn't like shorts or anything like that. And I closed the 3% rule. People who want to start a clothing brand and they know who Virgil is. And he got a whole site where you get game. And it's a 3% rule is you get info from somebody bigger, but you really make it into your own thing. But the 3% is you still put something that's trending in it. Came up with it and it went viral. It went crazy. I had the long hair shorts. And then now it's a trend. Yeah, a whole lot of people do long hair shorts now. It's a think that's different. Like it's a having a creative mind would make me different. I'm never going to try to drop the same thing everybody else or have the same things. I'm always going to be creative.
Sure.
I think what they be different from every other brand, like being creative, switching it up every drop, you know, always having like a drop ready for like each every month, you feel me? You know, I just honor my stuff, you feel me? Like what he said with the 3% rule, you feel me? Like, look at different brands, feel me, get a little inspiration, make it in your own way. I really don't ever copy, you feel me? That's gonna make your brand look bad. You should
Bring your own taste to whatever you see.
Yeah.
Okay.
What make my brand different, and I feel like the way it feels. Like you put it on and like you just feel some type of way. You get more confidence in yourself. I feel like once you go into certain rooms and things like that, people gonna look at you. If you have my stuff on, like they see you, it makes you stand out more. I feel like, and even just how it feel like it just feel like money. Everybody like to have money. Why don't you want to feel like it? So I just feel like putting it on, going out somewhere, especially if you want to go out something big and people throwing their stuff on and stuff like that. You walk in the room with the money don't sleep, they gonna automatically look at you like, what's that over there? That's something different. Da, da, da. So I feel like it just the confidence it brings you and the people what people see about you on the outside.
For me, I would say like my brand. What makes me different is that I spread a message in every drop that I do and did. That's what my brand is about. My brand is about empowering, inspiring, and just motivating people to like push. So like this, with the cap I'm wearing, on the side of it, it says, believe in yourself and be you. My hoodie, it says, fairly secret in the back. I got this recent drop, hopefully you guys can see it today. It's some graphic t-shirts, and they're fire. So I feel as though it's different between, like for me, it's like, my brand is more so streetwear, but streetwear with a message. You know what I'm saying? It isn't something just, oh, that's a t-shirt, let me just throw it on. But you finna wear my brand and be like, oh yeah, I feel good today. Like okay, you know what I'm saying?
Same confidence,
Yeah.
for sure. And I fuck with your brand in terms because your message you have a message with all of the things that you're putting out. And I feel like it's a self-motivating message. And I feel like you guys are all on the same level in terms of, you guys are saying creativity. And with all y'all's brands, you can tell, like, y'all shit is creative. And it's bringing a different aspect to y'all's brands. Because a lot of this shit, like, me personally, I buy black-owned business, but I hate seeing the same shit. I ain't gonna cap. I hate seeing the same shit. Everybody got the same big bubble-ass letters and all that shit. It's just, y'all gotta bring your own creative minds to whatever y'all bringing. So I like how y'all are bringing inspiration from others to that.
I'll say what make us different is T-Rob and me are hosting. Are you listening? Okay.
Right.
Sure, it's two different personalities, but we know how to mix it as a collective. We know how to make this shit work, bro.
Sure.
You gotta know how to. You can be two different people, but as long as y'all are on one same accord and making this shit work, y'all always gonna succeed. But what is one of your biggest accomplishments? Is what is one of your downfalls of your brand?
So a big accomplishment to be down for.
Mm-hmm. Give me your biggest accomplishment, and give me a time you failed, a downfall, something that you had to deal with, bounce back.
I would say when I first started my first job, I had a little TikTok that went a little viral, and I thought it was gonna go crazy, not knowing too much knowledge. So I just dropped, and I did pre-made, so it didn't go the way I wanted. I spent money, barely made any back, and then the more and more I got knowledge on it, I had to rebrand. That was hard, rebranding, changing everything. It was hard. And then I'll say the biggest accomplishment is once I rebranded, everything was just different. The pre-orders and stuff that I dropped and how much I'm making a day, it's like it was different. I'll say my most recent ones is the biggest, and getting a lot of influencers in my brand, like really big influencers, probably the best thing. Sure.
For sure.
My biggest downfall on my brand was getting scammed by my manufacturer. It was for my first ever drop. I was gonna drop these hoodies, and I had paid like $700 for a bulk order, like 30 hoodies. Not knowing really nothing about brands, you know. I was just getting the bulk order. I didn't really advertise on them. So when I You know, I paid that money. Then I had like 5 people buy, you know, pre-order, but I never got my stuff, so I couldn't. You feel me? That could be fun. Everybody, and it was like, yeah. But my biggest accomplishment that I want to happen is touching 7 figures.
Period.
I want to have a few people in my brand. Feel me? I'm gonna say that for the next few questions.
Okay.
But yeah, touch 7 figures from my main goal.
Could you explain like the manufacturer like process? Like how does that shit work? Like how does like, you know, going through manufacturers work?
So it's really kind of like you really got to like scan their page. Now that I'm like that I had a brand for so long, I could tell which manufacturers had a good or not. But back then I didn't really know nothing, so I just looked at their page, seen they did, you know, nice little designs on hoodies and all that. It looked like it was good quality. And then it was cheap, you feel me? And then most manufacturers have a high MOQ. That's a minimum order quantity. And I'm not, you know, I wasn't ready to pay like 1,000 or 1,200 for feel me a book. So tried to find someone cheap. Usually they're in like Pakistan or China or some America, but I went to Pakistan. And yeah, like I said,
For sure.
Make bogus.
Bogus as fuck.
That's crazy. I feel like my biggest achievement is just like how fast it been going. My first 2 weeks I sold out, and I've been doing it for coming up 9 months now. I made over 10,000. So I just feel like that's one. Thank you. I just feel like that's my biggest accomplishment. My biggest loss, burning the money away. To be honest with you, not knowing it went so fast, I didn't know what people wanted next. So my designs was basic in the beginning because I didn't know what people wanted next. So I would get some and it wouldn't be up to par. And then finding a manufacturer was hard too because you would tell them something and then you would get the package and it'd be like, well, I told you to do this and that, and it's not like that. So that's wasting money too because it's expensive. My manufacturer I get now is 30 minimum. That's if you get in the hood, if you get in a jogging suit, that's like 1,200 right out the pocket. So that was probably my biggest loss.
For me, my biggest accomplishment, I would say, would just be networking with people. I got to meet a lot of people. It's been good. Like I really just got to meet a lot of people. And like in the beginning, when I first started, my first ever drop, like it sold out in like 2 weeks, and I was like, yo, that's crazy. This leads me up to saying my biggest downfall because right after that, it was like I didn't keep up with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I let that like almost get to my head for a moment, and I was like, okay, hey, I didn't piggyback off that. I didn't feed off that. I didn't release nothing else. I went quiet for like 2 months, 3 months. You know what I'm saying? And I feel as though that was like a downfall because it's like now people ain't finna want nothing no more. Is what I'm saying. Like you gotta keep people interested. Like why should they come back? And I learned from that, piggybacked off of that, and with my second drop, which was my hoodie, they went crazy, and I'm like, yeah. So
For sure. For sure. Alright, we're gonna go into the next question.
What are the pros and cons to having a business?
I'll say the pros is, I'll start with the cons. Cons is, piggyback off what Sarah said, is the sacrifices. It do get hard for sure. Like coming out of pocket for a lot of things, for hustling so you can spend money on your brand. For a clothing brand, I'll say the cons is the shipping. The shipping for the China manufacturers is crazy.
How long would it be taking?
I mean, the time is cool depending on what it is, it's that price. It's like they really shoot it up like crazy. I'll say mostly that for me. I just hate the shipping. And the pros is, I think the pros for me is I like to give out the clothes, the money, reaching out to people. That's pretty much it.
Pros for me really is like networking, building a name for yourself, having stuff that people like, a lot of people like fashion, you feel me? People like to wear. What else? Having your own thing, making your own money, not having to have a boss over you. You can make your own money anytime you want. Like whenever you feel like going to make money, you go make money.
Sure.
And the cons, like he said, paying the price, get bulk orders. Bulk orders be like real expensive, you feel me? Like if you mess up, then you just wasted a lot of money. Or like feel me, the manufacturers might be scamming you or something. You put a bad name on your brand, everybody gonna think you're a scammer or something. You might rebrand all that.
Shit, dinner gotta be perfect. So like,
Yeah.
as soon as you put that bulk in, like the shit gotta be perfect. Like if it don't come back, you just out of money. There's no sending back.
So they don't like help you
I
with it, nothing.
I started to like call my manufacturers before they ship it to make sure everything is like perfect.
But I mean, it's really nothing you really can do about that.
Yeah, but if
Can
they
y'all-
just pack ship it already.
Yeah, for real.
Can y'all get on like a Zoom call though or something?
Yeah, like on WhatsApp.
Oh,
yeah.
man, WhatsApp is crazy.
Not too much on WhatsApp, man, because you know that's me.
Okay.
Yeah, they use WhatsApp Bahamas and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Not too much on WhatsApp.
Oh no, I don't know nothing about it.
What's your pros and cons?
I feel like it's a lot of pros and cons. I feel like the pros of it is just having your name out there. You know, people know you for a certain thing. I feel like being able to give back. So like, I'm gonna give an example. Like when we was in Cleveland, me and Rob, we went downtown Cleveland, gave back some of my old merch and stuff out to the homeless. We went in Tower City. If you from Cleveland, you know where Tower City is, bro. We went to Tower City, gave out some food out to homeless people. Just being able to do things like that just makes you feel good. It's not about, you know, getting anything back. It's just out there doing stuff like that. I feel like that's none of the pros of it. It's a lot more pros, but I'm going to the cons. I feel like the cons of it is you have to always be judgmental of what you do. So you can't be out here like, now I'm not gonna say a regular person, but you can't just do what other people do, because it's people look at you. They be like, oh, that's that one person that got that brand. Why you outside on top of the car doing all the extra stuff, or like this and that, this and that. So you have to be mindful of what you do out here. Be mindful who you mess with out here. Don't be messing with everybody, because they'll snake you and they'll try to steal from you. They'll try to put a bad name on you, and once you get a bad name out here, that's your brand. So it's gonna be hard to come back from that. Another con, you talking about the shipment and things like that. I feel like cons, bad things is really just lessons for real. So I don't really take bad things as really like losses. I feel like I really take it as it's something that I had to learn. I was gonna learn anyways. How to get it in the future, but that's pretty much nice.
For me, cons, like piggybacking on what Sarah said, I would say, like, you have to be more mindful of the people around you for real. And I feel that really isn't really a con, because you don't want people that aim for you around in your circle anyways. So it's like, but with the clothing brand, for instance, let me use myself as an example. With my brand is all about uplifting people. I can't be out there like talking people, arguing with them, like cussing and see what I'm saying? I just it's like I can't be out there doing certain things if I have like, if this is what I stand for, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like you just gotta be mindful of what it is you do, what you say. Additionally, just be prepared that you're gonna fail. Like something's gonna go wrong somewhere down the line. Like what you guys said with the manufacturing problem, like you, like all those stuff. Like manufacturers can scam you. Then you gotta be careful of who it is that you decide to work with. Like manufacturers, business partners, like really evaluate who it is that you wanna work with and align yourself with, because you don't know what their plan is for you. Like they could not be for you for real, you know what I'm saying? Like they could be really trying to just dog you out or just leave you hanging dry for real. Pros, I would say you get to network a lot with people. Like any business in general, like you get to meet new people, you get to elevate yourself. That's what I'd say. So networking is a big thing.
For sure, I feel like the pros and cons to this, like just having our own brand is a pro by itself, and just having a platform when we're able to control. And like I also believe pros and cons are lessons. And I love how you guys talked about the people around y'all, because people don't have the best interest in you at all times. Everybody comes around when it's beneficial to them. Right. Because like even when we was at our lows, we had 2 subscribers. I had real niggas. I'm really calling my niggas like my brothers. Not even reposting our shit. I'm not gonna beg for nobody to repost, do things around that nature. But it's like you call yourself supporting your man since that and third, but y'all come around when you see we popping now. Yeah. And I'm gonna pop my shit now, because I'm gonna be 100. Like we really doing this shit with the podcast shit. And that's no secret, but it's like people come around when it's beneficial to them, and just really knowing who got your back and who really gonna support you. Because when it's time for them to get supported, we take notes. We remember shit like that.
Noted, everything.
All that for sure.
The pros is we get to be ourselves. Like what you see on camera is what you get off camera. Like
100.
we ain't faking. It ain't scripted.
Shit ain't scripted.
The cons, I say just when little stuff don't go right, it's normal, it's life, it happens. Just push forward for the next week, basically.
Just learning how to pivot, like she said, shit ain't gonna go right all the time. Learning how to pivot and knowing that you got your partner's back, know how to pivot, and just knowing we got each other and we're gonna figure this shit out.
For sure that.
How do you expand your business? How do you think you expand your business? What is the steps that you're taking to expand your business?
You gotta really push it out as much as you can. Like push out, the marketing has to be crazy. For me, I'll say the best is influencer marketing before you drop or anything. Send it out to people. Buy more than one sample in different sizes. Send it out to people. Get it in different people on different models, and post on a whole bunch of platforms. Cause that'd be my whole goal, is to be as worldwide as possible.
For sure.
Like getting orders from Brazil and stuff like that is crazy. To know that somebody out there is wearing my clothes.
For sure.
So that's the best tip for me.
For sure.
Piggybacking off what he said, really the main two things we need is just influence and marketing. Like, if you get like, let's say you get a rapper or someone famous in your brand, that's kind of like 6 figures right there. You feel me? Like, especially if you market it correctly, while you got influence, it's gonna have like a lot of people that's gonna go to your brand, fuck with your brand, go see your website. So, always make sure your website is like pristine, top tier. You feel me? Make sure you got a perfect website for people to shop on. And yeah, that's all you need, really.
I feel like being aware, like make sure that people know that you real serious about what you're doing. So I feel like when people take you seriously, they gonna buy from you. They know you serious. When they look at your page and see how professional it is, and you coming up to them and telling them like, no, this is not one of them other brands where you just we doing it for a moment. No, this is really serious. This is real business. Like, I'm really a businessman. So presentation, being yourself, being real. Because if people really knew you before you had a clothing brand, and then you had a clothing brand, now you acting two different people, and be like, he wasn't acting like that before that he had that brand. I'm not finna buy nothing with him. Just being yourself, being real, and being not afraid to talk to people, not being afraid to take risks, things like that.
For me, I was the same thing, but I'd say be consistent and make sure that you're keeping up with the trends. You don't want hoodies trending into Christmas and you dropping shorts. You feel what I'm saying? It's like just like be realistic with the things that you drop. Like, especially with design wise, know that when you do make a design, some people not gonna like it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like don't be pressed about it. Don't feel too bad about it. Just keep going. Like I said, be consistent and just make sure that, okay, if this is what you want to do, you do it and your business is gonna grow.
And I definitely agree, like, to say what Cyrus said about, you have to be serious about your shit. People take you as serious as you let them take you. You have to know that even when you're not showcasing your brand, like, whatever you do outside of what you're doing outside of your brand, it's gonna show. People are paying attention that, like, for us, like, if we doing bonehead shit outside of this, everybody sees that we have a brand that people look at and people watch. So just knowing what you're doing, being aware of what you're doing, it's big, and that's really how you expand your brand to me.
For sure. Just make sure you got the right love around you. Make sure everybody on the same page. I know for me, since we a team, just making sure we on the same page at the same time. Just updating each other. Any differences.
On one accord.
Who is your biggest supporter when it comes to your brand? Or do you guys have one?
I'll say my mom. My mom for sure. She's been supporting me ever since I started. So, and she's my biggest inspiration of what I do. So yeah, my mom.
Same for me, definitely my mom. She always been here to support me ever since I started. She always helped me if I needed help. Like when I got scammed by my manufacturer, my mom was there to help me recover a little bit.
For sure.
So I feel like my mom was my biggest inspiration.
I'm gonna say everybody I keep around me. I don't keep really a lot of people around me in my circle. Wherever in my circle, I feel like we all put in. It's not like support things. If that's your brother or your sister, it's just natural. So I feel like we all just do it just to do it. So it's like when Rod, you got Shanti, you got my little brother, you got a couple other people. It's like we a team. We move as a team.
For sure.
For me, it's the same thing. My mom. I feel that's cliche, but it's my mom and basically my friends, my squad. We got this squad, it's called Tiki Squad. Anyway, that's so it's really like they really support me. You feel what I'm saying? Like everything I do, they post it. You feel what I'm saying? Like it don't take much from you to show support. You could just post it. Just send it. Post. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm not asking you to purchase. You don't gotta purchase nothing. Post it. Share it to people. You feel what I'm saying? But like my mom back home and she every day. What you bringing? You dropping anything? You like send it to me or you post it. So I have to like she really my biggest support with everything I do besides my grind. With me designing and stuff, cause like I'm a graphic designer, so it's like with everything that I do, my mom is always right there by my side for real.
For sure. I definitely agree with the people you keep around you. The people that you keep around you are the biggest support, and those are the people that are gonna be honest, that's gonna critique you, not snake you or just bash you behind your back. Like the people that I keep around me and the people that she keep around are the people that you gonna see that's gonna support you, that's gonna be at the top with us.
For sure. Yeah. I say, of course, my family, but my team, and of course, my people.
For sure.
Faith and Naya, always.
For sure. If you could have one celebrity to wear your brand, who would it be? That's a great one. I've been waiting on this one.
Oh God.
That's crazy.
One celebrity. I'll give LeBron.
Tell me why. Why Bron?
I'll give LeBron because I'm watching favorite player, watching him ever since I was younger, and if I was to get him, it would be over.
Man, what?
It'll be over with. So
Great choice. Great choice to go.
I'll say either like Lil Baby or Lil Yachty. Them two like rappers, you feel me, that I know that could dress, really like, be putting that shit on. But with my brand, you feel me, I feel like it's really for people who could dress.
Oh, say it again.
Like my shirt says strictly for the fly motherfuckers.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm gonna say Rod run it up. No,
Why this nigga a real nigga? I was literally about to say he a real nigga, but that ain't what we talking about.
Man, if I had one person, I like Lil Durk or like ESCG. Okay. I feel like, I feel like one of them. That'd be cool.
Okay.
That's crazy for me because I honestly truly don't know. But if I have to pick a person, I'd say Rod Wave, or two people. So Lil Baby or Rod, mainly because I feel as though like, especially like with their music, like whenever they release something, they speak to people. You know what I'm saying? And I feel as though we kind of connect in that way. Because with my brand, what I like to do is speak to people on their music. They speak, so like they really speak. So I feel as though I'll be dope.
Man, you know who I want to watch this podcast, man. We gonna run this back in like 3 years.
Come.
We gonna run this back in like 3 years. Jay-Z. Ho, man.
What you want to talk about with Jay-Z?
Man, what? Man, the quickest way to get rich, nigga. That's what I want to talk about. Ho, man. And I feel like we gonna achieve that. Ho, I know we gonna run this motherfucker back. Ho, I know you gonna watch it soon. I know you hearing me. We want you on this podcast.
For sure. I want another podcast on here. I want like 85 Some Show to come on here, or like Poor Man's. Like them my people. Like, well, I don't know them, but y'all know that. Like it's gonna be funny as hell. Like I'm funny, they funny. Y'all know.
Funny as fuck.
Do you believe you're in a competition with other brands?
That's great. Ooh.
No and yes, I feel like, cause I feel like you always can't get left behind. Do I ever feel left behind? No. But you definitely can't. You definitely gotta keep up with the speed. You dropping real hard shit. Like,
do you feel like it's a healthy competition? Do you feel like competition is needed to kind of like boost your confidence?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't really know how to expand on that, but yeah.
I feel like it's like competition, but not in a bad way.
Right.
Like competition as in you don't want to get left behind. You gotta keep up, keep on running it up, keep on designing, and keep on doing good things, doing different things that's creative that somebody didn't do.
Yeah.
It's really kind of like who finds this first and set the trend for the next. You feel me? So yeah, that's really what I mean.
Okay.
I feel like the good answer to that would probably be like, no, ain't no competition. But in the real world, it's competition. Whatever you do, like in basketball, if LeBron James playing against basketball players, it's competition. But I feel like just me personally, I don't compete with nobody. I feel like I always do my own thing. And if people want to compete with me, I don't care. Let them do their own thing. But I'm always gonna move at my speed, do my own thing, have my own design. So I'm not in competition with nobody. I feel like it's so much money in the world. Everybody
Mhm.
eats.
Too much
Yeah.
fucking money, man.
But the real answer is, of course, it's always competition. You always competing with somebody. It's always somebody bigger and better than you. But I don't look at it as no competition. I just do me.
Yeah. So for me, it's the same thing as me. Like for me, I don't feel as though there's a competition with other brands. The biggest competition is yourself. Like you are your biggest competition for real. Like in the real world, yeah, you gotta keep up. Like everyone said, keep up with the trends. Make sure you ain't get left behind for real. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the trends gonna be there. But it's really yourself. You gotta be like, okay, hey, I'm gonna do this for real. Like don't be down. Like I don't know if I'm gonna do this. Gonna work out for me. You know what I'm saying? So like your biggest competition is really yourself. But in this field, there's always gonna be like a competition because you wanna make like you don't wanna drop something and be like, oh this ain't work out, you feel what I'm saying? But like just keep up with the trends, but don't fall behind because you're too scared, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like we not in competition with nobody.
But
But you
best.
damn right we trying to be the best
Yeah,
motherfucking
yeah.
podcast. It ain't no secret. But it's not a competition. We're not competing with y'all. We're just doing the same thing. It's enough money out here for everybody. We're doing the same thing, but we're trying to be the best versions of ourselves, but also be the best at this shit. That's the best way I can really explain it. It's not a competition, but we also are trying to be the best. Like I tell everybody, I tell my young dudes that try to ask about how we started a podcast, we'll give you game. We're not going to give you all the game, but we'll tell you how to start it, the brand you need to make, and things around that nature. But it's not a competition. It's just about we're trying to get to the top and be the best, for sure.
I don't think we in competition with nobody but ourselves. Like, if anything, we competing against our episodes from last semester. Just trying to do better, do more.
Better.
And expand for real.
Yeah,
Right,
expand.
just making our shit better in the shit on our end, critiquing everything that we saw last semester that needed to change, and just making it better. Because with being the best podcast here, people are looking at the shit that you're doing different, and the shit that you're doing different. You can't do the same shit. You can't keep doing the same mistakes you did last semester. You have to better every time you drop a fucking episode. Have you ever had self-doubt or wanted to quit?
I had self-doubt. I don't think I ever wanted to quit, but I would say after I had like a couple mistakes, my first drop, it was some doubt, but never really wanted to quit. It just made me want to keep going harder and just get better. As long as I kept getting better, like I never like was doing worse. Every drop it was always better. So I just kept going from there.
That's what's up.
Same thing with what he said, I ain't never really wanted to quit, but I always had self-doubt, like, especially when I got scammed, I thought, like, damn, I'm gonna make this money right, bro, I can't really, do nothing really, or I don't even want to do this no more, you feel me, but it's really always about bouncing back and staying consistent, and if you stay consistent, you're gonna end up succeeding, so,
For sure.
It's definitely both. I definitely had both. Even though my brand went a little bit quicker than other people, and I had people in my ear telling me like, yeah, yours doing better than people doing 3, 4, 5 years. It's just that you always think like, what if it don't work? What if it don't? What if it don't pop? Then you look back, I just did all these years when I could have been doing this, and I could have been in school for this, or being a barber, or doing this and that. So it's like you always have self-doubt. You always want to think, I'm gonna quit, but you can't quit.
For me, self-doubt definitely, but wanting to quit, no. Mainly because I feel it's gonna go what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, especially with my brand, like, for me, the profit is there, but that isn't really the main goal. Like I said, my main goal is to spread the message, and if I'm the only person wearing my shit, it's like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you finna read it and be like, oh yeah, that's stuff, I feel what you're saying. So it's like, at the end of the day, self-doubt, yeah, but I've never wanted to quit because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
And I kind of relate this shit back to sports a little bit. Like when I was playing basketball, I ain't had no plan B. I swear to God, like I ain't had no plan B. It was just a plan A. I'm trying to get to the league. But once that failed, my podcast came about, and it's like you gotta want this shit. I tell the people around me, my team, they can tell you gotta want this shit. I tell them all the time, you gotta want this shit because if you don't want it, nobody else is gonna want it. I've never wanted to quit. Yes, you have self doubt because some shit's not gonna be pretty all the time, but never wanted to quit. You gotta want this shit, and this shit is again a marathon. It's not a race, bro. We gonna get to the top, and you gotta want what you want for yourself. And I want this for my team and Lyric. Like we literally sat here for almost a year and just brainstorm what we gonna do, brainstorm, finally did it, and we're here. It's in our hands. You just gotta take it. Whatever that you want, whatever you put your mind to, you have to do it. And that's my biggest thing. Put your mind to it and do it. Who gives a fuck what people think? Man, nobody's going, not everybody, you can't please everybody. Not everybody's gonna like your shit. You gotta like your own shit. You gotta want the shit.
At first I'm like, damn, what if the topics we do, they not really gonna fuck with them? But then again, I'm like, shit, it's who hosting it for real. We make the show, so we making it what it is. So that was just that for real. What is your end goal, or what do you want to achieve with your brand?
I just want to be really mainstream. I want to be mainstream, financially free, and I want to retire my mom.
For sure.
Sure.
That's it.
My 3 main goals: being financially free, having my brand like everywhere. Like I want to see it worldwide. You feel me? See everybody on my brand. Like be up there with like Hellstar, Fear of God, and all those other big brands. And then yeah, just breaking generational curses, keeping my family straight, like for the rest of their lives.
For sure.
I feel like mine is, being one of the top brands in the world and being able to use my brand to make other brands, make other businesses, things like that. Really spread me being a businessman in different areas, like doing housing and flipping stuff, things like that. So being able to just to do this and also expand this into 5, 6, 8 different businesses.
For me, it's the same thing. I want to be up there, like, but I want to be known, but I don't want to be known for something different. You feel what I'm saying? So like, I want like really with my brand, I just want to make sure that like my main goal is to empower, inspire, and motivate. And for me, I feel as though once I'm doing that, like I don't gotta be the biggest. I don't gotta be the biggest brand out there. I don't gotta be the most known. But if for instance, let's say 10 people know what I'm doing. At the end of the day, I'm proud of that. I'm happy with what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But the main goal is really just to be known and like let people see and be like, oh yeah, that's next year. You know what I'm saying? That's my biggest goal.
My main goal for our podcast would be being on big boy networks like ABC, the news, shit like that. Just being able to expand and being able to talk about things on different platforms. Just being able to travel. Being a travel podcast, like being able to go into different spaces, being able to be respected and being able to talk about different things in life and things that people want to hear. I want to be able to be an outlet that everybody can hear, everybody's relating to. Like when you think about $1 million worth of game, 85 South show, like I want to be one of those podcasts like, damn, they podcast, boom, like they talk about some shit, they talk about real stuff. I want to be able to be a podcast for real niggas to go to, or people that just need to hear shit or just need to relate and hear different perspectives on things.
I want us to just be big. I want us to be like getting booked for hella tours. Be like calling my eye. We gotta go get on the PJ right now because we booked that such and such type shit.
Right.
I want to be that podcast where it's like you go on YouTube or let's say you go on Netflix to watch a movie, but you always go to that one movie like that's your favorite one. Or when you working out or something like, oh let me turn on. Are you listening? Oh let me see if they posted something like, oh
For sure.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
You said go on ABC and things like that. Say if y'all get to that point, but ABC, they're not gonna let you say certain things.
For sure.
Say if they want to, switch it up. Y'all can't say certain things. We want you to talk about this, but it's not the real stuff that's going on in our communities and stuff like that. Are y'all willing to make that change, or y'all still gonna go y'all same route?
I feel like we are willing to make the change. I feel like we have to pivot and adjust and know that this is an opportunity for us, but we have to adjust on our end, like, because it's different on the TV business. We all know that, but the money gonna be different too.
Right.
So you just gotta adjust and pivot to where your podcast is still authentic, to where you're not being fake. Like, we're not gonna fake shit, but we're also gonna adjust to where it makes sense to be on TV. We can't get on there and do certain things. But yeah, it's just adjusting to the real world and different things in the TV business. We would just have to adjust.
No, I agree.
So what about the people who would be like, well, they not how they used to be, or they not this and that. I miss when y'all first were doing it. Y'all was talking about this and this and that. But when you get on that ABC and y'all talking about like the higher peoples and the riches up and like.
But see, the thing is, you should be able to like switch it up. You should be able to go from like all playful to real serious, like get down to business, and actually have serious conversation, like deep conversations. Like, for example, we done had episodes where it's like we done talked about real serious things, like, you know, and then we had episodes where we just like we real playful, or we just do this, we talk crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like we can adjust. I feel like we can adjust to it.
Being diverse, and you can't please everybody. Go from there. You can't please everybody. Not everybody's in your pockets, and we're also trying to expand. We're not trying to be the same brand you seen when we started. You have to be able to be different to succeed in this world. You got to be different and just bring different aspects. And if that's the aspect we got to bring to TV, we're gonna be different. And you're gonna gain new following, new people watching your shit. So your following's not gonna be the end all be all. If that's what you want and you're not happy with us being expanding, then maybe you weren't really a real fan.
Facts.
How do you handle cloud chasing customers? Like, when I say how do you handle cloud chasing customers, you know, it's some friends like, damn gang, I don't got no money. Like, can I hold this hoodie? Can I hold that? Like, the people that's asking for discounts. Things around that nature. How do you handle that? How do you handle that situation? And what do you do?
I feel like they know. When I was first starting, it's cool, it's a joke, whatever, but like I want people to take me serious. So it's not really a joke. I feel like after you know that it's getting serious and you see that I'm being successful, if you can still sit up there and ask in my face, like, can I get a free piece? Or you know I'm trying to expand and you keep asking for discounts or something free and it's other people paying that full price, like, you kind of distance yourself from people like that. So that's what I do. I just distance myself, or I don't respond, or like they're not getting a discount or no free pieces or nothing like that.
I kind of see it as disrespectful if you ask me for like a free piece, cause like, you know, I'm trying to get to the top with it. You just ask me to just give you stuff and like, feel me, like, if you really like fuck with my stuff, like, you should support it. Like, if I know you like that, you ask for like a small discount or something, like, that'd be cool for like a one-time thing, but like constantly asking, or, you know, I don't think that's
For sure.
disrespectful.
I tell them, go DM Nike, wait, and see what Nike say. If they give you a discount, I'll give you a discount.
No, you a troll.
For me, like, cause you said friends. So let's just say, like, it feels as though, like, if you're my friend, you know, just the sweat and tears I put into this shit for real. So you ain't finna come at me and be like, hey, let me get that for free. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you doing that, you ain't my friend for real. Cause like you really just trying to eat off me, feed off me for real. So like with them, like he said, just don't respond. Like, just get those people out of your circle for real.
And to kind of like turn that into a podcast a little bit. Like with our podcast, bro, with the friends, man, these niggas be so entitled and feel like you just gotta put them on there. You have to bring something to the table. It's a lot that go into this, like blood, sweat, and tears. You really have to, that comes into episode ideas, knowing who fits each other, knowing personalities that's gonna be with each other. It's not just you can put your friend on here because we got a mission, and the mission is y'all, everybody has to click with each other. You have to base the people that you feel like that's gonna click with each other. And the questions, we know you're gonna answer. If you know, if you're my friend, I know you're not gonna go in there and talking, and you're just gonna give me some one word responses. What makes you think you're gonna be on the podcast?
Exactly.
In the podcast, you gotta be able to speak about shit. You gotta be able to know what the hell you're talking about. Like, we don't want you to get out here and be sounding crazy. So just know what you be talking about. That's a lot that goes into this, because it's not easy just picking people. It's not. We're not picking favorites. We're not doing none of that.
Yeah, y'all ass be boring. Y'all be boring. I'm not about to put you on here. You about to be sitting right there not talking about nothing. For what? To come look? To sit on the other side of the camera or watch? You know what I'm saying? How you trying to be, but like, come on. You gotta make it make sense.
Before we conclude our episode, our 4 entrepreneurs have some pieces of merch that they might want to display and promote. So I'm gonna give them a chance to promote whatever they want to promote and things that they want to show. You know, our YouTube, Are You Listening? So y'all gonna be the first to see it. Go ahead, take
Take
that.
your flow.
Okay. So I got 4 pieces in total for this new drop. What I'm wearing right now is the black flare mohair, and then I got the same mohair. And then for people who don't really like flare, you get the same color with the shirt with
I'm tough as hell.
Great, come to the middle with it, yeah.
Yeah, it's good love.
the shirt. This is straight leg, and this is flare. I'm wearing the black flare right now, and then we got the black shirt leg as well.
I like how you got 2 different ones. Like you got flare for the people that like flare, and then you got straight bottoms for people that might not like flare. So yeah, that's different, bro. For sure. When you dropping it?
October 6th.
October 6th.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, let me
October
turn the
6th.
notification on.
You heard it
Sometimes
first,
it's wrong,
October
like,
6th.
October 6th.
You white shops,
There you
October
go.
6th. Go ahead, Rashad.
Y'all fresh as hell.
Bring it to the front.
These some shirts I just dropped.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah.
Y'all.
Hell yeah, that bitch hard. For sure.
And then this is a hoodie. This is the next drop.
Yup.
It's just the same.
When that drop?
Probably like late October.
Late October. All y'all heard it
We gonna be
first.
on the
Late
lookout.
October. Okay. Go ahead.
You doing pre-made?
Live in DA.
So this my newest drop I just had. These are jog shoes, NDS jog shoes. Got
Little jug
Get a
fit.
little money on the
Little jug fit. Oh, okay.
Right here. Then we got you know you got the beanie, man. You got
Money
the
don't
NDS.
sleep.
You know, money don't sleep, man. We got this coming in pink, blue, and we got red coming up next. We just got it last week. We got 1 beanie left, so man, y'all keep tapping in.
For sure.
I love the pink. I should
Oh, you gotta get the pink.
I was bright as hell in the club.
Oh, yeah,
Hey, well, there, she right there.
Okay.
We got a couple stuff.
Oh shit. All right.
Period.
That's what we
I
like
feel
to see.
shit.
Okay.
So for me, you guys are great seeing this hoodie I'm wearing right now. It's just a different colorway.
Go ahead. Come to the middle. Come to the middle. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's hard.
Let the camera see it. Okay.
Pink on pink. All these right now are $45. They're all on sale. Original prices $60. I got like 5 of these left. So hit me up. Just wanted to plug that. But the new drop. Let's talk about the new drop.
Oh yeah. She said I
Fire.
got more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about the new drop.
Tap in next gen.
Next gen. Tap the fuck in. That shit hard.
Oh, it won't get hot.
Okay.
It
Oh, let me see the bag. Okay, show the bag. Show the camera.
Back to
That bitch hard,
So basically,
bro.
the back says breaking generational curses. And then we got debt, depression, addiction, suicide, greed, and anxiety.
That's hard. That's hard.
Fire.
Say it again. That's crazy because you're like the 4th person that's saying that to me. So there's this colorway. These are dropping October 12th.
October
Hold on, let me
12th.
show you this.
Oh, she got more. All right.
Same thing, different colorway.
Let's see this one.
Okay.
Pop that, yeah.
Pop that bitch out
You gotta
there.
flop it.
You gotta flop it.
Oh, there you go. Gotta flop it.
Same
That
thing.
bitch
Okay,
crazy.
green, fire.
Fire.
Sure.
Okay. Now y'all heard it. Next gen, October 12th, man. Let me shut it up. Okay.
These are like pink.
Damn, she got 3 colorways.
Oh yeah.
Bitch out, yeah. What you talking about? Okay.
Now, October 12th.
October 12th.
You got one more?
Nah.
Take a shot. Hey, let me
Alright, man. That's it for episode 2 of Are You Listening? Again. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We know we out, man.
We gotta show some appreciation though. So are you listening?
Oh,
Come on, man. Are you listening, man? The best podcast. The best podcast in Central State, man. We appreciate you. Oh yeah. Can we get a clap up for Are You Listening?
I'm bored. Okay.
Take on me a few.
Man, I fucking appreciate y'all, man. Hey, bro. Hey, let me get a picture with all of y'all, man. I fucking appreciate y'all.
What was I gonna say?
Hey, if y'all got y'all's merch, keep it out. I'm gonna get a picture with y'all.
Let me get y'all right.
Yeah, let me get some pictures. Yeah,
Who called me?
we got flick up. About flick up. You want to stand in up, Tay? Tay, you want to stand up or you want to sit?
I mean, I want y'all microphones and shit in there.
Actually, what you think? What you think about this thing like
I
this?
didn't see him before I came here.
How that
I
look?
seen him like April.
Hour 27.
Well, I'm so proud of y'all.
Fire.
Y'all got some.
See.
Y'all got some raw drops coming.
Man, I'm telling you.
Okay. I gotta get everybody stuff.